Inspirational Business Women Show. I'm excited to introduce you today to Sharon Sievert, and we're going to be discussing superpowered leadership secrets for women. Hi, everyone. I'm Virginia Parsons, your host, and I want to welcome you to the show. You know, it is my passion to share with you a gold mine of inspirational tips, strategies, and advice to help you grow your business from what I call inspired women in the know. And we have such a lady here today who I'm looking forward to sharing her expertise with you. But before we get started, would you do us all a favor? I'm going to play the preview trailer, and I know many of you probably haven't even seen it yet. But while you're watching, would you help spread the word and let other women know, or friends or men, of course, we love them too, about this interview? If it's something of value to them, we want to make sure that we get the word out. So I'm going to play that now, and you go help spread the word, and we'll be getting started in just a moment. All right, I think you can see that we're in for quite a treat today. Now, I just want you to let you know that today's show is sponsored by hangout-marketing.com, where you can receive a complimentary live stream marketing assessment. Now, why might you want to take that? Well, it is filled with ideas and strategies to help you shine online using live stream broadcasting. It'll only take you a couple minutes, and you might even qualify for a complimentary Shine strategy session with me. So if you want to take advantage of that, all you need to do is text Pound Success to 775-800-4179. Or if you're out of the US, you can simply go to hangout-marketing.com. All right, let's get started introducing you to Sharon. All right, my guest, as I said today, is Sharon Sievert from Core Coaching and Consulting. She is the author of Superpower of Balanced Leadership in Unbalanced Times and a renowned expert in leadership development for women. Now, with years of experience and a passion for helping women unlock their leadership potential, Sharon's going to share her invaluable insights on how businesswomen can claim 6 distinct powers of balanced leadership to become more confident and effective. So today we'll be discussing number 1, her 6-step roadmap to long-term goals. Number 2, harnessing natural powers for success. And third, effective and sustainable leadership strategies. So Sharon, come on in and say hi to our audience, won't you?
Hello, everyone. It's so nice to be here today. And thank you, Virginia, for this invitation. I'm so pleased to be here.
Well, your topic, Sharon, is so important. So I'm thrilled to have you. Leadership is so vital to standing out, getting known, getting seen, and getting effective so that you're confident, right? And so that people will respond to you in powerful and positive ways. So I'm just really thrilled to have you here sharing your expertise. And my gosh, I think we could cover more than an hour in this interview, but we're not going to. We're going to make it short and succinct. And then if people want more from you, we've got a special gift for them at the end of the interview that they can take advantage of.
Yeah.
So let's start with a little background, because you've been around the blocks like I have for a few years, right? Lots of experience. Tell us a little bit about maybe a defining moment or two that got you from where you've been to where you are today in your work.
Right. So one of the landmark moments for me was becoming the head of a family planning center right out of college. And I had no idea what I was walking into. It turned out to be very controversial, so much so that I had death threats. And it was just my desire to help women in poverty and the children in poverty that made me relentless in the face of this. And the work that I'm doing now really harkens back to that moment of politically pushing forward, because I knew that women and children particularly were dependent upon the work that we did.
Wow, that's very powerful. Death threats at such a young age. Whoa,
Yeah,
politically charged, I guess.
I started taking karate at that time. And so then I became like, bring it on, bring it on. It's very silly of me. But like I said, I was a punk right out of college, but
Yeah.
we were on a mission. We were only on a mission to help people in poverty.
Wow. Well, that's amazing, because you had to obviously carry that foundation and have carried that foundation with you, which obviously also I guess what I would say is a courageous attitude. And not only a courageous attitude, because we're going to get this done. There's too many children out there that need to be helped and supported. But it went beyond that, because as you say, you actually took action in a way that helped you feel more powerful and
Right.
courageous.
Right. And I wasn't alone. That's the other thing in terms of women's leadership. My experience is that women work together in community to make their leadership effective. And that's something that I do now for my clients.
Yeah, so you've carried this with you for many decades, I can tell. And
Yeah.
you're passionate about it. And of course, that's why you write about something like this.
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
and now you're talking about, in confusing and difficult times, how much more challenging it can be. And so let's go into the roadmap, because you really have what you call a 6-step roadmap to long-term goals. And I think this is so important. Hey, you guys, if you hear a gem today, and I know you're going to hear a lot from Sharon, let us know. Put pound gem in the comments, and what really she said that is impacting you, that you're carrying away, is what I call a pack your bag moment. Like, if I left now, I would take this with me and have such powerful information. So we want to hear from you as well. But Sharon, you do have a roadmap, and it's so important that you have a way of assessing the steps you take to get to where you want to be. So let's hear about that.
Excellent. This roadmap came from defining these 6 powers that we're going to talk about today. And each one of those powers was transformed into a step. So I'm going to show you an image of that right now. But first, what I want to say is that for women's leadership, most of the women I coach want a more holistic approach to leadership. And a huge part of what I do is balance the male and female archetypes, that women become more confident and out there, the men become a little more reasonable in terms of listening to people. So we balance those things out, and it's a very happy place to be. The key here is that wherever you stand as a female leader, that is your hub of power. And if you learn about these 6 powers we're going to be talking about, and you take these steps, you are going to succeed. It is inevitable. Okay. So with that as a background, let me show you the roadmap. The 6-step roadmap is a change process. It's a meta strategy. You can use this for yourself individually when you want to make a change. You can use it for the business you own when you want a strategy that's not complicated. Everybody in your organization that you are leading can use this strategy, understand it very easily. The other thing that's really important about this roadmap is that the research is that if you do this, you're going to change your odds of success. from 1 in 9 to more than 90%. It's whopping difference here. And the reason is that these steps link to each other and support each other and build on each other, and it allows you to make lasting change. So wherever you are, you start over here, and that's where you start. Maybe you do a SWOT analysis or something. The second thing you do is move to the core. In our image, this is the center of the wheel. You think of a compass, that's the center of the wheel. And what you do here is you stop. You reset and you restart. That's your core. You check your values, you check what is important to you, because everything that follows needs to be built on that. The second step is your visioning. Some people vision without having a strong core, and then nothing holds together. All of these steps are interacting with each other, aligned with each other. That's why the change is going to happen. So at this stage, we need you to reframe and rethink what's possible and make sure that what you're doing is built on your core values and who you are at your best, what your company is in business to do. The third step is about reprioritizing and having, please, one priority at a time that you focus on, instead of making people do all things as if they were equal. So you focus, and then that allows you to take your mission, what you're supposed to be doing, to the tribe of people who are working with you. So who you relate to, the interactions you have, are built on these first steps. And then they're very, very naturally. And you have the people who you need as customers and want as customers, and the people who you need and want on your team working together. And the fifth step is that you put this into habits. You ground it. You make it happen day to day to day to day until success is inevitable. And the last step is this whole issue of synergy. Now we have connected all the dots in our image here, the center and the four directions, and it is all connected. And you are going to start having good luck that you never imagined possible.
I don't think this is based on good luck. I think this is based, as you say, on a very clear 6-step change process. And I like that you call it actually a meta strategy as a result, because this is really foundational to a good flowing business that has clear thinking, clear vision, really knows their mission, knows how to express that mission in a way that gets other people to follow and know exactly what steps they need to take. So this looks not only global to me, Sharon, but it also looks as though it's an individual map that can be followed as well. Is that correct?
Amen, sister. Absolutely. That is absolutely true. And you know, when we have used this around the world, we have partners in Europe and South America and across the US, and it translates in languages because it is an archetype. It is an image that is so old. We think it comes from the center of you as the core of your body, and then your 4 limbs. It's natural to you. And it ties everything together. The goal of this is ease. The goal of this is making it so much easier, particularly for women leaders who are doing 5 other things in their lives, right? So this is a whole different perspective on balance. People often talk about balance as if it's oppositional, work-life. Our approach to this balance is that all of these powers are working for you.
Yes, and I totally get it. As a matter of fact, the image that I get from this, even though your image is going uphill, I feel like this is, once you put these in alignment in your business, the flow is actually like flowing down a stream with, as you said, much more ease. And I love that you pointed out that instead of a 1 in 9 chance, you've got now a 90% chance of success once you really adopt this type of roadmap.
Yes, and there's research to back this. Alan Deutschman did a Change or Die. He talked about that book, and he found that only 1 in 9 people will change bad habits, even if they're told, if you keep eating red meat and sitting on the couch, you're going to die. And people for 2 weeks, they're really good, and then they're not. So how do you sustain the effort? And this is one of the things we want, one of the secrets we want to give to our women leaders who are listening.
I love it. So this is a path that if we're somewhere to take another step with you, that you would initially guide them through. So they got real clarity with it. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Yeah. And people have a natural tendencies to actually maybe like some of these powers more than other powers. And we want to make sure that's okay, but we want to make sure you're firing on all those cylinders. We want to make sure that you really can tap on any of these powers that you need at the time. Remember, wherever you stand is the hub of your power, of your influence. You don't need someone else to give you that. And that's really important for women leaders. You've got this. You stand here. These are your powers. These are your secret powers. And you can change all these things around you.
Yeah, and as a result, you're internalizing it. Actually, you're doing both. You're internalizing it and you're externalizing it into the guidance of the path of your company and business. So
Yes.
I love it. How long does something like this take to really explore and get a clear vision for all the steps in this path?
Some people take to it like ducks to water. And for some people, it's like really a stretch. So it really depends upon the growth mindset of the person. If they want to grow, this is a fabulous evolutionary tool because it's so elegantly simple. They can use it for themselves. They use it for their children, for sure. They use it in their businesses. So it depends upon the person very much. If they grab onto this and run, I'm trying to keep up with them. Okay, so I've had that happen a lot of times. So it's like, okay. And those are the people I love to work with. So they've got a business that's going well, but they really want to take it to the next level, or they're stuck in their lives and work and they don't know how to get out of it. Those people, different people come to me for different reasons.
Right, understood. Well, this is great. So you've all got now a wonderful image that Sharon's gone over with you, and feel free to go back and look at this again and get more details on that image. As I say, Sharon's got a special gift for you at the end. So let's go into the second topic, and that is about harnessing the natural powers of success. And who doesn't want to harness those? Oh my goodness. And they're natural. And I think that's really key. Let's discuss that.
Excellent. So these are archetypes. These are energies that you have and that you can access at any point you want. For example, I'm going to just go around the wheel so that everyone can grab a piece of this for themselves. So let's start at the center. And at the center is the core of you, your values, your what's important to you in your life. It's that calm part of you that is not troubled by the difficulties outside you. So let's experience that for the minute. And all you need to do to tap into your core is just stop for a minute and take a breath in and a long breath out. How many times do we do this during the day? Another deep breath in and a long breath out. And this is your access to intuition. This is the place that's home for you. So as you simply breathe in and out, taking that moment for yourself, you haven't taken that moment for yourself. And now you simply stop and breathe in and out. That's the energy of the core. This is your gravitational center. If you do this, everything holds together. If you don't, you're working way, 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 way too hard for what you're doing. It's just too much effort. This is the source. So it seems counterintuitive. I can't slow down. But if you do, you get this. So that's the core. Very simple.
So the core is something that I think we all naturally gravitate to, but sometimes when we're feeling out of balance, we need to remind ourselves. And I know you probably noticed that before I started the broadcast, that I did just what you're talking about. I
Yeah.
took a couple of those deep breaths and just recentered. And I think that you can do so much better by taking, and it doesn't take long, does it, Sharon? A
Oh,
minute or
no.
two?
No, and sometimes even less. What happens is that the breath is a neural interruption. So all of those thoughts that are going ding, 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 If you want to have a clear thought, if you want to tap into your intuition, you need to slow down the roll here and simply do that. But there's a physical component of it. You have told the brain that there's no problem here. You've told the brain to stop putting those stress hormones into my body. And now you can actually take a thought from A to Z. Okay. So it's beautiful. Just a simple, simple thing. And it really only takes like even 16 seconds to countermand the stress signal.
I would imagine the more you practice this too, the faster you can bring yourself back into alignment and balance and access your intuition without all the stress hormones getting in the way.
Right. There's another beautiful thing about this, because if you want to be sexy, you want to have that voice filled with air. Okay. And I'm not talking about phone, I'm talking about your being confident, and appearing easy to be with and comfortable to be with is on the breath. It's a signal from human to human, animal to animal, that things are good. Things are fine. Everything's okay. As a leader, oh my God, your people need that.
Yes, they need that. They need to, as a result, sense your centered confidence. Just you say, everything's okay. Yeah. So an idea of, I've got this. We're all good. It's all good.
We're all good.
That you reflect that. Yes.
Absolutely. And people believe you because here you are.
Yeah. And it very quickly changes. It's a physiological thing that you're able to do and control by taking and slowing down your breath. But physiologically, then what happens is the rest, everything else sort of falls into alignment that maybe you didn't feel was in control because you took control of something that is so actually controllable. And I like this part. Any one of you guys can pause and take these slow, deep breaths and recenter before anything important gets started in your life. Yeah. It's a great way to start the day too, isn't it?
It's a fabulous way to start the day. And of course, children respond to this brilliantly. If you're calming down, if you're setting the field, you're setting the field around you to be calm and to be easier for everyone. You're taking out that brittleness inside you.
Great. Well, let's hear about some more of these.
Yeah.
I love this one.
So the second power is that of visioning. It's your mind, whereas the core is your soul. This is your mind. And this is about having a mindset that allows you to grow, that allows you to be a leader, the best leader you can be, and to think about obstacles in different ways to get around them, to come up with other solutions, to have the mindset that solutions are possible, as opposed to we are stuck in this. So when the mind is connected to the core, you're going to get your best ideas, because remembering we're connecting with the intuition piece of this. And then your mind allows that to happen. So it's optimism as opposed to pessimism. It is really seeing things. And one of the difficulties I find for a lot of my women business leaders and owners is that they should sell themselves short. They do not really go for the gusto like some of the guys might. And so a huge part of what we have to do is lift the mind to see more possibilities. And that is the air element. That's the uplifting. That is, joyfulness. It is good humor. That when that one is in good shape, you're having a lot more fun. Okay, so that's the second one. The third one, now that we have set your soul and your mind to the directions that are positive for you, now we go into the element, the power of mission. And this is fire. This is get out of my way. I have things to do. I have places to go. I'm on a mission from God. And this is the important thing. We talk about the passion that people have, but it comes from inside out. And it is unstoppable. It is relentless. It also is, please do one thing at a time, as opposed to scattering everything and dissipating your energy and getting yourself burned out. So this is the antidote to burning out, is the focus of this one. So think about moving into action. That's the mission element.
Oh, I think this is so powerful. Let's just pause here for a moment, because I think that this is something that trips people up a lot. because there's that, and that I like that you started with the mindset, which makes you positive and optimistic. And that would help to dissipate any underlying fear that might inhibit taking action. Am I right?
You are on the nail on the head there. You absolutely got that one. And you see how the steps, these powers have a logic to them that's foundational. Once you get to mission, you're clear about what the possibilities are, and you choose one to do at a time. And you're hopeful. And that really gives you the fire to move things forward. But priorities is a really big deal for my women leaders, and we need to support them in choosing what they want to do and when they want to do it and how they want to do it and where the resources go. And that then, boy, that just like a laser. So we've gone from this dissipated effort to this laser effort. They are going to succeed.
Well, and they're going to feel it, as you said, because they've now got laser focus. And I think the biggest challenge is often, and women, I think, do this a lot because we've almost been ingrained to do it a lot, especially if you're working with the needs of a family and the needs of a spouse and the needs of community and all the different things that you are trying to juggle, which is often turns into multitasking and therefore dissipation of your energy. What you're really emphasizing here is the importance of laser focus, doing one thing at a time, and almost compartmentalizing it.
One of the things I work with people on is appropriate boundaries.
Uh-huh.
There are people who are helping themselves to your energy, and we need to maybe put some boundaries around them, and right place, right time, to do these efforts. But women need to respect their energy and boundary it so that it goes to the right place, so they can make the difference in the world they want to make.
I get it. And this can take some practice, people.
Oh,
right?
My Lord. Yes, that takes practice. It takes practice. Yeah. I send people out and I say, okay, so who's really trouncing on your boundaries? We're going to work it very gently and very kindly. It's your mother-in-law. Okay. So very gently and very kindly boundarying in a way that works for you. So we're not going to do the guillotine and get people out of our lives. We're not going to be rude. This is not like the old assertives classes. No, we really have to respect you. And then that will help you respect others and your boundaries, their boundaries.
Wonderful, wonderful. These are just wonderful ideas and strategies for you all to keep in mind, and that will really ultimately calm your life down, get it very centered, very mission driven, and as Sharon is saying, that one step at a time laser focus. So is there even more to this that we haven't talked about yet?
More, yes. So once you are clear about your mission, now is the time to go out and get people involved with you. So you're clear, you're the leader of this band, and you find like-minded souls, like-minded people who want to be part of this mission. So this is the business that you're doing, or you're developing this team in the organization. You want the people on board who are in harmony with this. That's it. So that's the element of interactions. We compare it to the water element in the classical elements. And this helps things flow beautifully, less conflict between you and other people. Remember, you did your boundaries a little while ago. So now you're ready to really have very healthy relationships, people working towards a shared cause, people believing in what you're doing together. And that gets really a lot easier. So these interactions. The other thing that's happening is now that you're clear, you're in more emotional control. You are more even keeled because you're not struggling with what you're feeling and why you're feeling it. So that transmits to other people too. So you can do your darn work as opposed to go have all of these problems. We can cut through that because we're on that mission from God. Remember that fire thing. Now we have everyone who's on this stagecoach with us, Westward Ho.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then let's see. And then the fifth element is the element of earth, and that is structure. That is the structure of your habits. Now that you know where you're going and why you're going and how fast you're going and when you're going, you put your habits in place that support the new structure for your life. So there will be habit changes because you're doing something new and you need to support it, whether it's financially supported, whether it's your time supporting it, so that you can get to where you want to go.
I
And
love
the
that I'm just sorry to interject, but I just, you're giving me ideas and inspirations, and you know how I love
Thank
to run with
you.
those. I love that you're using the elements as part of this process. That really helps because uh, we're all connected to all of these elements. They're all part of our beingness, right?
Right. And this is what makes this model so, useful to people around the globe, to teams around the globe, because no matter where you are in the world, this human template shows up. So it's very easy. We can go in very quickly to teams or organizations and say, here's the parts we want to work on. It's like a checklist. We need to make sure all of these things are in good shape, healthy-wise. We can use the meta strategy to build and back out, but it's a way that people understand. I do not have to explain it to them. We bring this to children and they understand it faster than the CEOs do. Okay, so really, really quickly. And so they're able to talk about these things and which one they're strong in. It is a human template. So isn't that a beautiful thing to use in our world that's so globally connected?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All
And
right. Did we cover them all or is there more?
there's one more, and
Oh,
that
let's hear
is
it.
synergy. So synergy is the circle of the compass. It holds everything together. Now that we've been building and aligning each of these powers that you have innately, really making sure they're strong and making sure you have access to all of them and you know about all of them, now we look at how we connect the dots. And that's when people take off into their absolute greatness. They step into their greatness. They're ready to go because these things are now easier. It's not a struggle to do one thing or the other because you have connected all the dots. And that's when people say they have, quote, good luck, or gee whiz, that was easy. So it's the ease of this comes from the connections and the alignment.
Fabulous, fabulous information. I think you can all start to see how you can step into your own leadership and confidence on a more mature, balanced level than without having these different core, what you call the standard human elements that we all naturally operate under. I think it's so interesting you say that young people adopt to this actually much faster because they're naturally connected to their elements. They haven't been
Right,
distorted so much. All
right.
right. Well, this is great. So this leads into the most important part, really. It's all as though this all is flowing into once you've got this compass and your core all set and everyone in alignment, we're now moving into effective and sustainable leadership strategies. And I know everyone wants to hear about that as well.
So a little bit earlier, I gave you a sense of the core power and what it felt like inside you. So the strategy here is to make sure you have access and you know the differences between each of these real life energies. So I'm going to give you an experience of it. We're just going to go around the wheel so you can feel the differences, the distinctions in this. And you can go to our YouTube channel and spend more time on that and have each of these replaying anytime you want. But here's the brief edition of this. So we're going to start at the core, at the center of you. And what we want you to do is simply take a breath in and a long breath out, a deep breath in. A long breath out. I want you to continue that. It's a little bit like my taking you to the spa. Anytime you need to in the day as a strategy, you can tap into your core before you make that phone call and continue breathing while you make that phone call. Going into a hard meeting, start here at your center. And that allows you to be present, to be clear, to be resourced. to tap into your intuition. Everybody benefits. So this is a strategy of the core. Next, we move. Continue your breathing, by the way, but now we're going to move into the power of the air element or the vision element. And what I'd like you to do is continue with your breathing. And in your mind's eye, I want you to move out of your body, look down at your body. And you can do that with your mind. Your mind can go anywhere. Your mind is so powerful. But let's choose a positive place now. Let's take another little vacation, a micro vacation, and I'd like you to go to a pleasant place, like your really happy place. Maybe this is, an island you visited, or maybe this is a deep forest that you walked in. And I want you in your mind's eye to go there now, because your mind can do that. And I want you to breathe in that air. Feel that sensation. Feel the sun or cool breeze on you. Your mind can take you anywhere you want. So let's choose wisely. Let's choose wisely that you go to places that are happy for you. You can choose any time you want, any place. So now you can spend more time there. You can pause this video. But I'd like you to come back so we can experience the third element, the third strategy. So when you need to move things up, we need to go into the mission element. We need to act. And that requires you to get up off your butt and move. So I want you to do this right now here, as long as you're watching. So the mission strategy is for you to move. And you can do power poses. And you only can do that, 2 minutes. You're going to feel so much more energized. So do the Superwoman, Superman pose with your hands on your hips, look straight ahead. You've got things to do, places to go, people to see. You've got all of this kind of stuff that needs to be doing. You can do this for at least 2 minutes, and that will change your body chemistry. So when you need a push for the day, a pull, you need to get jazzed, move into the mission element. I don't want to make this call. I don't want to go to this meeting. So now just stand and do this instead. You can also add cross crawls. You can do some slight energetic movements here. You can do your twisting, you can do your yoga, your exercise, but the key is movement. Mission is moving out into the world. So if you're feeling apathetic, if you're feeling low energy, go here. Mission is the strategy we want you to go into right now. All right. Fun, isn't it, huh? And things get changed very, very fast. And now let's move into the interaction strategy. And again, close your eyes and take a breath for a moment, because we're moving into different energies here. Now let's look at the interactions from the standpoint of you are in charge of your emotions. We're going to talk about the strategy of emotional control. So this is a fun one, okay? There are 4 major categories of emotions, the big ones, okay? 4 major categories. And we're going to go through and experience each one of them now. You're going to do this. You're going to have the versatility to turn on an emotion or turn it off. Well, we want to recognize and honor your emotions, but we also want you to be facile, that you are going to go into a meeting and you really kind of have to get over for the moment the fact that you're really pissed about something. So we need to kind of put that on hold. We'll deal with that later. We'll deal with that later. We can't ignore it. But now you need to take care of your team because they are waiting for you. Okay. So close your eyes for a moment, and I'm going to ask you to simply feel anger. Now, as women, we are told, do not feel anger, okay? But anger it allows us to move into the world against injustice, against something that is not right. So we're simply going to feel this. We're just going to see where in your body, when you're feeling perturbed about something, so you're angry, you're mad, okay? Where does that happen in your body? Where do you feel it? It's really important to do this so that you are the one in control as opposed to the emotions being in control. So the strategy here is that we are going to be the master of our emotions. So you feel the mad, feel where that is in your body. Now I want you to feel sad. We're not going to stay here, but just go to sad. Think of something that's sad. There's a lot out there in the world that's sad. And notice where you feel that in your body, because that's where it lives. And unaware of these things, they can turn into disease. So we want to be aware. That's all. So where do you feel that? And just pause, just notice it. I'm not going to leave you there. And now I want you to move into afraid, just for a little bit. Where do you feel afraid? What worries you? What makes you nervous? And where do you feel that in your body? You probably feel these things in different parts of your body. The emotions live there. Okay? So just notice that. And then the fourth big category is glad. Yes, let's go to glad. we want to feel glad about that. Glad and congratulations to you on knowing where your emotions are and being able to tap into and out of them. That's real mastery. So feel glad. You're having a good time with Virginia and me. Feel glad about that. Go into your happy spot. Where do you feel that in your body? Okay, so those are the four main categories of emotions. And you are the controller of those. The fifth element is about your body and structure. And a way to experience that, you see how different all of these are? They're really different. And they, then if you can tap into these, then you can have the right power at the right time. That's what we want for you. So this is about your body, respect for your body, taking care of your body and everything. And one fun one I like for people to get into their bodies is to do the ear roll. This is really weird. Don't do this in front of people. Okay, but what you do is you take your ear and you're doing all these acupressure places, and you roll it out like you're rolling out dough. Okay, double your money, double your fun. Do this on both ears. And I got to tell you, it's like getting an internal massage. It's a great, great, great technique. Okay, so you're doing a little bit of self-care. You're feeling, before you get on the phone, before you go into the meeting, allow yourself to have a little spa visit where you're getting a massage. You can also do this on your hands. You can massage your hands, and that has so many of these points that touch your body, and you just start feeling physically good. And there may be other things that you do to feel physically good. Do some stretching, stand up for a while, do a walk, get some more water. All of those things are your taking care of your body. So when you're feeling low energy, you may need that body attention. And these are some techniques that really help you move quickly to experience the energy of being in your body, being secure. And the final one, of course, is the synergy, this sense of connection. And we'll do a little bit of an experience of that. So again, deep breath in, long breath out. It's always good to start at your core. And then move, in this case, from the microcosm of you to your connection with the world. So I want your attention to come from you and then move out to the corners of your room you're in right now. And then to take your attention and move it out into your neighborhood, your city, the world. And this is the element, the power of connection with everything, connection with nature, connection with the people around you, connection to the infrastructure, the world you live in. And the best way to connect, I find, is to send blessings or prayers to people. So you have gratitude for your good fortune. That's a great way to connect with synergy, is to really speak your gratitude for everything. And then also to bless the people in the world, the people you know, the people you don't know. And there is a prayer from Brazil that I like very much, which is that I am your brother, I am your sister, I am your mother, I am your friend, I am connected to you. I am here with you. And as we pass through these troubles, we know that I am with you, and someday we will be able to dry your tears and rejoice together. That's synergy.
Wow. Such great, great information. I know you all got pack your bag moments out of that because you are helping people, Sharon, tap into, connect first of all with themselves, as you say, get in touch with your body. Of course, I don't have all of them in the right order, your vision and all that, but you to go through all the elements inside yourself and how to bring that all into alignment with these simple exercises. And I've always felt visualization is a very important thing to do, but as you connect it with the different body parts, these emotions, and you know that you're going, practicing this, everybody, as you get attuned to those emotions and where they connect in your body, you're very quickly going to start to identify, that is, for instance, the anger emotion or the impatient emotion. Any of those that you can identify quickly with, you can then quickly also go into and transmute them into the emotions that are more empowering, right?
Yes.
So I love that these are simple little exercises. You don't need to do them all the time, but when you think about it and practice it, it's going to get much easier for you.
Yes,
That puts you in control, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, we want people to go zing, 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 zing. I
Yeah.
get it. This is, like I said, an elegantly simple framework that we want people to be able to access like those little kids do.
Yeah. Well, and I've always loved the power pose. I mean, it's so easy and basic to do. And in combination with that, there are a number of other things you can do that are movement oriented, or like a yes or something like that, that
Yes.
empower you, give you those feelings, shift the energy in your body very quickly, power pose a couple minutes. Also, when you go into the body itself, as far as the body structure, I love the ear roll idea. I mean, a couple minutes at the most, you could do an ear
Right.
roll before a meeting,
Yeah.
right?
Hand massage, anything like that. And you
Yeah.
can do these for your children or your spouse, and they will adore you even more. So
Yes.
helping people be happily in their body as opposed to pushing their body against odds.
And then working out into synergy
Yes.
across the spaces, connecting energetically out across your community and the world is that's just so good for you. And then you are sending blessings, you are sending love, you're sending connection in a way that once you do that and sort of solidify that within you, it's automatically going to transfer to other people that you come into connection with, right?
Yes. And I think with women leaders, the issue is community. If women leaders have community, and I like to say, my community is the world, and I'm working really hard to connect with people no matter where they are. That makes me rise. So when women connect in this way, which I think is very comforting, we are held in the world in a different way.
Yes. Oh, these are just such wonderful ideas. Want to hear all your comments. What really resonated with you? Put your gems in the comment section. And of course, any questions you have for Sharon as well, we'll be sure to get back to you and answer those. Now, Sharon, you do have a very special gift for people. Let me bring that up. We kept telling people this was coming because I have a feeling after this, you're going to want more of Sharon. So, Sharon, first of all, I want people to know how to get this. If you're not watching, but you're listening, you go to shinetips.com/Sharon gift. Shinetips.com/Sharon gift. Sharon, tell them all about what you've got for them.
I have a little guidebook that is called What's in It for Me? So, and this looks at the powers, the model that we've described today, and explains symptoms of problems. If you have it in one of these elements, what the symptoms look like, how you can diagnose yourself, and then what you can do to change that. So when an element of power is strong, when it's weak, what it looks like, and therefore you'll know how to address it.
I love that. What's in it for me? Go to shinetips.com/Sharon gift, and you can pick that up today. And Sharon, what I like to end things with is sort of like wrapping this up in a bow. If they take nothing else from everything that you've just shared, which was a wonderful, wonderful assortment of great ideas, strategies, and demonstrations, what's the one big concept you want them to take home with them today?
I want women leaders to know that the world needs them now. It is the moment for women to rise. It is the moment when you need to not hide your gifts. We need you to step into your greatness. And my hope is that these powers that we described will help you do that more easily.
That's just beautiful, Sharon. I want to thank you so much for being here with us today. And I want to thank all you viewers, whether you're live or in replay mode. Thank you so much for being here. And please, again, put your comments, what you picked up that really resonated with you in the comment section, and we'll be happy to get back to you. Thank you once again, all, for being here. And we'll see you all on the next Inspirational Business Women Show.
Blessings to all.
Bye-bye now.
Thanks so much for watching today. Do you know someone who would be a great guest for our show? Or would you like to be a guest on the Inspirational Business Women Show? Let's shine the spotlight on your expertise. We'll share your story while offering tips, strategies, and advice to our viewers. Expert interviews are a great way to build your reputation as the go-to expert. Go to shinetips.com/IBWS to apply today. Women are waiting for your message, and I can't wait to interview you.